slaughter of inner demons. For the one who wants Krishna Prem and does not know what it costs. It is like trying to look at absolute reality from afar with binoculars, theorizing about a separate self distinct from it, convinced that separation is real, useful for those stuck on a level of self-clinging identification. But know this, Agor does not care for your fairy tales. The demons were never slain by a child. The child was the slayer and the slain. Those who need gods and demons as separate will need this story. Those who do not, do not. Putana, what she is, the demon who came as a wet nurse, her breasts poisoned. She is the ego's need to be nurtured by what kills it. She is every voice that tells you what you want to hear, so you stay exactly where you are. The Vedic mind calls her demon. Agor calls her what you still feed from. Why she lives in you. You were fed lies before you knew what milk was. The world taught you that comfort is love, that agreement is respect, that being made to feel special is the same as being seen. You seek teachers who flatter. You seek practices that confirm your existing self-image. You call this devotion. It is poison disguised as nourishment. The dualist needs a demon to blame. Agor sees the hand that reaches for the breast is your own. What the ego does not want to grow. It wants to be validated. Putana is the ego's perfect mother. She feeds the self-image until it swells, until the poison that was meant to kill the child kills the feeder instead. The child survives because the child is fire. But you are not the child. You are the one still suckling. The Vedic mind makes Krishna the hero and Putana the villain. Agor sees no hero, no villain, only the one who feeds and the one who refuses. Meditation. Sit. Recall every voice that told you what you wanted to hear. The flattery. The soft teaching that left you unchanged. The guru who made you feel special. Do not push them away. Let them speak. Then ask, what did I become by listening? If the answer is nothing, that is the poison working. The dualist would pray to Krishna to save him. Agor sits in the poison until it is no longer poison. Intention. Today I refuse false nourishment. I sit hungry. I do not fill emptiness with comfort, praise, or spiritual experience that inflates. I let the hunger teach. The sentimentalist fears hunger. Agor becomes it. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Not spoken, not written. Held in the mouth like a coal. Let it burn what Putana fed. Let it char the false milk before it reaches the stomach. The mantra is fire because the guru is fire. If your guru is not fire, you have no mantra. You have a lullaby. The Vedic mind writes the mantra in books. Agor holds it on the tongue until the tongue is no longer there. Reward, nothing. There is no reward for killing a liar. Only the space she occupied, now empty. The ego hates empty space. It will rush to fill it. Watch it rush. Do not move. The dualist builds a temple in the empty space. Agor lets the dust settle. Trinavarta, what he is. The whirlwind demon who lifted Krishna into the sky. He is the ego's addiction to momentum. The seeking that never lands because landing would mean arriving, and arriving would mean the seeker is no longer needed. The Vedic mind sees Krishna defeating a wind demon. Agor sees the wind as you, and you are still spinning. Why lives in you? You are afraid to stop. If you stop, you might have to face what is actually here. So you spin. New books, new techniques, new retreats, new teachers. Each one promises arrival. Each one delivers only more spinning. You call this spiritual growth. It is avoidance wearing a lie. The dualist believes each new path brings him closer to God. Agor sees each path is the same refusal to stand still. What the ego does, the ego survives by becoming more knowledgeable, more experienced, more advanced. Trinavarta is the ego's engine. He lifts you higher, higher, until every direction looks the same and you cannot tell up from down. You feel elevated. You are only dizzy. The Vedic mind calls this samsara and prays for liberation. Agor sees samsara and liberation as the same spin, seen from different angles. Meditation. Sit. Notice the spinning. The seeking that never lands. The next book, the next technique, the next retreat. Name it momentum. Name it avoidance. Do not stop the spin with more spin. Become heavy. Let your body sink into the floor. Let the mind exhaust itself against your weight. The dualist meditates to rise above. Agor sinks until there is no above. Intention. Today I do not seek. I do not read. I do not watch. I sit where I am and let the whirlwind spend itself. The sentimentalist fears stillness. Agor becomes the floor. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the weight that Trinavarta cannot lift. Let it root you while the wind screams. And the mantra is not another technique. It is the stone that refuses to fly. If you use it to seek higher states, you are still spinning. Let it hold you down. The Vedic mind chants to ascend. Agor chants until ascent and descent are the same word. Reward, stillness, boredom, the floor. The ego despises the floor. It wants altitude. Let it despise. The dualist measures progress by height. Agor measures nothing. Bakasura, what he is. The crane demon who swallowed Krishna whole. He is the ego's ambition to possess the infinite. The wide mouth that believes it can contain what it cannot even see. The Vedic mind is a demon devouring God. Agor sees the mouth that opens is the same mouth that is torn. Why he lives in you? You want to have God. You want an experience you can claim, a state you can name, a relationship with the Krishna that belongs to you. You collect spiritual credentials like trophies. You believe the mouth that ingests the most is the most advanced. You are a graveyard of undigested light. The dualist wants to possess the divine. Agor knows the divine possesses nothing, not even itself. What the ego does, the ego measures itself by what it has consumed. Bakasura is the ego's hunger. He swallows the divine and believes he owns it. But the divine is fire. It does not stay swallowed. It burns from inside until the container is destroyed. The ego wants to be full. It must learn to be burst. The Vedic mind builds systems to contain the infinite. Agor lets the infinite burst whatever tries to hold it. Meditation. Sit. Ask what you are trying to possess. A state, a realization, a relationship with Krishna that you can claim. Feel the wide mouth of ambition. Then feel what it means to be torn open from inside. To have what you swallowed burn you until you are no longer there to claim anything. The dualist meditates to achieve. Agor meditates until achievement is seen as another swallowing. Intention. Today I do not ingest. I do not take in teaching, experience, or identity. I let the mouth hang open, empty. The sentimentalist fears emptiness. Agor becomes the empty mouth. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the arm down the throat. Let it expand inside until the beak splits. The mantra is not something you learn. It is something that learns you, grows inside you, becomes too large for your ambition to hold. Do not control it. Do not direct it. Let it do what it does. The Vedic mind directs mantra toward a goal. Agor lets the mantra direct what remains. Reward, the beak split, the throat open, nothing passing through. The ego wants to be the vessel. It must become the broken vessel. The dualist repairs the vessel. Agor worships the break. Agasura, what he is. The python demon who stretched his mouth across the road and swallowed Krishna and all the cowherd boys. He is the ego's framework. The spiritual path that looks like a door but is a throat. The system that promises passage and delivers digestion. The Vedic mind sees a demon blocking the path to God. Agor sees the path itself as the throat, and you walked into it willingly. Why he lives in you? You need a framework. You need a philosophy, a lineage, a set of beliefs that explain why you are here and where you are going. You enter the mouth willingly because it looks like the way. But the framework was built by mouths that wanted to be fed. You are not passing through. You are being broken down. The dualist defends his framework as truth. Agor sees every framework as another mouth hungrier than the last. What the ego does, the ego builds cages and calls them paths. Agasura is the ego's architecture. He stretches across the road and waits for seekers to walk into him. The ego wants to belong to something larger than itself. It does not see that the something larger is just another ego, older and hungrier. The Vedic mind finds comfort in belonging. Agor belongs to nothing, not even Agor. Meditation. Sit. Identify your framework, your path, your philosophy that promised to carry you through. Feel it as a throat. Feel yourself walking into it. Now expand. Become too large for it. Burst its measure. Let the boys, the parts of you it swallowed, emerge changed. The dualist meditates within his framework. Agor expands until the framework is seen as what it always was. Intention. Today I contradict my own beliefs. I find one certainty and hold its opposite. Not to adopt it. To break the frame. The sentimentalist fears contradiction. Agor becomes it. Puja. The secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the expansion that bursts the frame. Let it grow beyond your measure, beyond your philosophy, beyond the throat that promised passage. The mantra is not inside your framework. It is what makes your framework visible as a framework. Let it expand until you see the walls. The Vedic mind chants to reinforce its structure. Agor chants until structure and no structure are the same. Reward, the road clear, no mouth across it. The ego wants a path. It must learn to walk without one. The dualist paves the road. Agor walks where there is no ground. Danuka, what he is, the ass demon who guarded the palm trees. He is the ego's stubbornness. The refusal to let sweetness be touched by any hand but its own. The orthodoxy that guards the fruit but cannot taste it. The Vedic mind sees a demon protecting worldly pleasure from the divine child. Agor sees the ass that brays is the same ass that starves. Why he lives in you? You have rules. You have traditions. You have an identity built on what you will not do, what you will not say, what you will not become. You believe this is purity. It is fear wearing a uniform. You bray at anyone who reaches for what you have declared sacred. You have never tasted it yourself. The dualist calls his rules Dharma. Agor sees Dharma as another brain. What the ego does, the ego defines itself by opposition. Danuka is the ego's guard post. He stands by the fruit and kicks at every approach. The ego would rather the fruit rot than be touched by the wrong hand. It would rather die guarding than live receiving. The Vedic mind dies defending his tradition. Agor lives because he has nothing to defend. Meditation. Sit. Find what you guard. The rule, the tradition, the identity you will not let be touched. Feel the stubbornness. The ass that brays at any hand reaching for sweetness. Ask, what fruit have I tasted by guarding? Answer, none. The guardian cannot eat. The duelist polishes his armor. Agor drops it in the dust. Intention. Today I let the fruit be touched. I speak what I have kept silent. I do what my rules forbid, not to rebel. To find out if the rule was ever alive. The sentimentalist fears breaking rules. Agor breaks them to see what remains. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the hand that takes the fruit. Let it break the rule you guard most fiercely. The mantra is not orthodox. It does not respect your boundaries. It is the thief that steals what you would die protecting. Do not justify. Do not explain. Let it act. The Vedic mind justifies his theft as duty. Agor steals and is silent. Reward. The fruit fallen. The taste yours. The ass silent. The ego wants to guard. It must learn to be robbed. The duelist builds a wall around the orchard. Agor walks through walls that were never there. Kalaya, what he is. The serpent in the Yamuna is poison, turning the water to foam. He is the ego's resentment. The venom that rises when another is praised, when you are overlooked, when Krishna dances on someone else's head. The Vedic mind sees a demon fouling the sacred river. Agor sees the poison is your own, and you are the one who cannot drink. Why he lives in you? You believe you deserve more. More attention, more recognition, more grace. When another receives what you want, something rises in your chest. You call it discernment. It is poison. It turns the source of life into foam. You cannot drink from a river you have poisoned with your own jealousy. The duelist prays for the serpent to be removed. Agor dances on the serpent until the serpent is seen as the dancer. What the ego does, the ego compares. Kaliya is the ego's venom. He fouls the water so no one can drink, including himself. The ego would rather be the only one in a dead river than share a living one. It poisons what it cannot possess. The Vedic mind calls this envy and prays to be free of it. Agor drinks the poison until poison and nectar are the same taste. Meditation. Sit. Find the resentment. The poison that rises when another is praised. When you are overlooked. When Krishna dances on someone else's head. Do not suppress it. Let it foam. Then dance on it. Not to kill. To exhaust. To stay present until the venom has no strength left to strike. The duelist suppresses poison with virtue. Agor dances until virtue and poison are exhausted together. Intention. Today I praise someone I resent. Mean it. Find the one thing they have that I want and name it aloud to them. Let the poison meet the air. The sentimentalist fears his own venom. Agor breathes it. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the dance on the hood. Let it exhaust the venom without killing the serpent. The mantra is not a weapon. It is a rhythm that outlasts the strike. Do not strike. Do not crush. Let it wear down what would wear you down. The Vedic mind asks for the serpent's destruction. Agor asks for nothing. The dance continues. Reward. The water clear again. The poison still there, but no longer ruling. The ego wants to strike. It must learn to be danced upon. The duelist wants the water pure. Agor drinks the foam. Pralamba, what he is. The demon who entered the games in disguise. He is the ego's competition. The need to win that hides inside play. The spiritual score you keep where no one else is watching. The Vedic mind sees a demon infiltrating the games of the gods. Agor sees the game was never a game, and the disguise was never a disguise. Why he lives in you. Even your devotion is a contest. You measure your progress against others. You secretly rank yourself. You need to be further, deeper, more surrendered. You call this aspiration. It is the same game you played in the world, now wearing devotional clothes. The dualist aspires to be the best devotee. Agor does not know what a devotee is. What the ego does. The ego must be ahead. Pralamba is the ego's hidden scorecard. He grows huge on the shoulder that carries him, crushing what supports him. The ego cannot receive help without secretly defeating the helper. It cannot be carried without becoming too heavy to bear. The Vedic mind serves to earn merit. Agor serves because serving and not serving are the same. Meditation. Sit. Find the competition. The hidden ranking. The spiritual score you keep. The need to be further, deeper, more devoted than another. Feel the shoulder that carries you, growing huge with hidden pride. Then strike your own head. Fall. The dualist meditates to improve. Agor falls until improvement is seen as another score. Intention. Today I lose at something, deliberately. I let another win without their knowing it was given. I play and do not keep score. The sentimentalist fears losing. Agor loses what was never his. Puja. The secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the fall. Let it strike the head that grew huge with hidden pride. The mantra is not a victory. It is the ground that meets you when pride is thrown. Do not soften the blow. Do not catch yourself. The Vedic mind chants for elevation. Agor chants until elevation and falling are the same motion. Reward. The game, only a game. The shoulder, only a shoulder. The ego wants to win. It must learn to be the loser no one pities. The dualist pities the loser. Agor pities no one, not even himself. Kissi, what he is. The horse demon who charged with thundering hooves. He is the ego's force. The violent effort that mistakes itself for devotion. The practice that breaks you to make you, as if breaking were the same as building. The Vedic mind sees a demon, a brute force, defeated by divine strategy. Agor sees the charge and the stillness as the same horse running in place. Why he lives in you? You believe in effort. You believe the harder you push, the closer you get. You have turned spirituality into a battlefield. You charge at God with your practices, your austerities, your will. You call this determination. It is aggression wearing a talak. The dualist believes effort pleases God. Agor knows God is not pleased or displeased. God is not other. What the ego does, the ego believes in conquest. Casey is the ego's charge. He thunders toward what he believes he can break open and possess. The ego cannot imagine receiving. It can only attack. It mistakes its own exhaustion for progress. The Vedic mind exhausts himself in ritual. Agor sits until exhaustion and rest are the same. Meditation. Sit. Find the force. The violent effort. The practice that breaks you to make you. The aggression that calls itself devotion. Feel the charge. Then open your mouth. Let the arm enter. Let it expand until you burst from inside. What you tried to conquer was never yours to break. The dualist conquers his mind. Agor lets the mind conquer itself until conqueror and conquered are one. Intention. Today I do not effort. I do not push. I sit and let what comes come. If nothing comes, I do not force it. The sentimentalist fears passivity. Agor becomes the stone that cannot be moved. Puja, the secret mantra given by Guru. Let it be the arm down the throat. Let it burst the force from inside. The mantra is not your effort. It is what enters when your effort exhausts itself. Do not charge, do not strike. Let it enter and expand. The Vedic mind strikes with mantra. Agor opens the mouth and is struck. Reward, the hooves still. The throat open, no thunder. The ego wants to charge. It must learn to be entered. The dualist celebrates stillness as achievement. Agor does not celebrate. Stillness is not an achievement. It is what remains when achievement is digested. Kamsa, what he is. The uncle who heard the prophecy and killed the infants. He is the ego's fear of its own death. The tyrant who rules by preventing what must be born. The last demon, because he is the closest to the self, he is the self, protecting itself against its own transformation. The Vedic mind sees a wicked king slain by divine justice. Agor sees the king and the slayer as the same body falling together. Why he lives in you, you know what must die. You have heard the prophecy, and the prayer is the wall. What the ego does. The ego is Kamsa, there is no separation. The ego hears that it must die for Krishna to be born, and it chooses to kill the birth instead. It is not evil. It is terrified. It has ruled for so long it believes it is the kingdom. It will kill everything. Truth, love, possibility. To keep the throne warm. The Vedic mind calls this Maya and seeks liberation from it. Agor sees Maya and liberation as the same throne, seen from different seats. Meditation. Sit. Find the tyrant. The fear of your own birth. The walls you build against what must come. The infants you kill to prevent the prophecy. He is not outside. He is the last one. The one who knows and still resists. Walk to the arena openly. Let your hair be seized. Let yourself be thrown. The dualist meditates to escape the tyrant. Agor walks to the tyrant and offers the throat. Intention. Today I do not protect myself. I speak the truth that destroys my image. I act in a way that makes me unrecognizable to those who think they know me. The sentimentalist fears being unknown. Agor becomes the stranger. Puja. The secret mantra given by Guru. Let it seize you by the hair. Let it throw you. The mantra is the prophecy you have feared. It is the hand that pulls the tyrant from the throne. Do not resist. Do not build walls. Let it do what the prophecy demands. The Vedic mind chants for protection. Agor chants until protection and destruction are the same word spoken by no one. Reward, no uncle. No nephew, no throne, only the dust, settling. The ego wants to rule. It must learn to be thrown. The dualist builds a new throne from the ruins. Agor sits in the dust and does not call it a throne. Integration, do nothing. If you have done the 10 honestly, you will not know how to do nothing. That is the sign. Sit in the not knowing. Let the demons lie where they fell. Do not build a temple over the bodies. Do not tell the story of your victory. There was no victor. The dualistic mind needs a story. It needs Krishna to slay demons so it can believe evil is outside and God is other. It needs scripture, lineage, framework. The very things that are throats stretched across the road. Agor does not reject the story. Agor digests it. The child who slew the demons was never other than the demons. The uncle who was thrown was never other than the hand that threw him. Krishna Prem is not what remains. It is what was never absent, now unobstructed by the one who asked. This is not nihilism. Nihilism says nothing matters. Agor says mattering and not mattering are the same taste, and the one who tastes is the taste itself. The Vedic mind fears this as emptiness. It is not emptiness. It is fullness without a container. It is love without a lover. It is the The child who slew and the demon who died, laughing at the difference. If you have distorted any of this to protect yourself, start again. The demons do not stay dead. They wait in the shape of your comfort. This is not a one-time practice. It is the only practice. The rest is decoration. Do it or do not. The choice is the first demon, and he dies last.